The city of LA was alive with the usual buzz. But in the quiet of a high rise recording studio, Justin Bieber sat hunched over a mixing board. The song he'd been working on for weeks, the one he hadn't released yet. Every note in the melody felt off tonight. He couldn't explain why. He'd been recording since noon, chasing that perfection his fans expected. He paused the track, leaned back, and asked himself, what's making this song feel off? It was a simple R&B pop melody like much of his recent work, but something in the playback made the room feel sinister. It was just exhaustion, he thought, as he was falling asleep. But across the country, an evil no one saw coming had just awakened. Yes, what you just heard was written by AI, but look guys, Justin has definitely had supernatural encounters. He just ain't gonna tell us anytime soon. That's why tonight, we're gonna hear AI's accurate prediction of what supernormal events Justin has most definitely encountered, but isn't telling us yet. If you're into unexplained and horror stories told immersively, then subscribe to our Hollow because we post once a week, every Wednesday. Okay, let's get back into it. I'm Hans, and welcome to my Hollow. Over in a quiet suburb of Oregon, 16-year-old Selena had stumbled onto it. A snippet of Justin's unreleased track on a fan forum.
Just leaked.
Someone had typed.
You've got to hear it.
The eager netizen pressed play, earbuds snug in her ears. At first, it was ordinary. Smooth vocals, catchy chorus. But then, a whisper. Faint, unintelligible, almost beneath the song. Her pulse quickened. It felt like someone was speaking directly to her, not through her earbuds, but in her mind. Selena, honey, come on, you're gonna be late. Selena? By next morning, her parents were confused. Why hasn't she gotten up for school yet? Her mom knocks on her door again. Selena? The room was ice cold. The walls seemed to stretch, shadows darker than normal in the corners. Her eyes looked hollow. Her mouth was moving, mouthing a language she had never spoken. As her parents helped her up, her phone lit up. TikTok clips showing Selena's smiling face, distorted beyond recognition. Back in LA, Justin just saw Selena's creepy smiling face on Instagram trending. Fans were posting it everywhere, along with snippets of the track poorly recorded and labeling it as cursed or haunted. This is so stupid, he laughed. He didn't even care about the leak. Fans were always dramatic, always overreacting. Yet, something itched at him, an intuition he couldn't shake. Just then, a message came in from Hailey. Justin, you need to see this. Attached was a TikTok. See, Hailey was a paranormal investigator who had once interviewed him about the supernatural folklore and music. But he ignored the TikTok. He had tours, studio deadlines, contracts. Ghost stories weren't part of this plan. It was probably some clickbait horror reel anyway. But that's when Hailey sends a second message. The song? It's not ordinary. People are disappearing. He opens the TikTok, and what he sees forever changed his world. It starts with two guys who start live streaming Justin's leaked track. Almost immediately, their eyes widened and their skin turned pale. With the look on their frozen faces, you could just tell they were screaming inside. Shadows moved across the room in impossible ways before the stream abruptly cuts off. Is this some prank? Justin replied to Hailey. Something about the song wasn't music. It felt like a conduit. Over the next few days, he tried to keep himself recording, convincing himself these two stories were just a coincidence. Hailey called repeatedly, warning him the entity embedded in the song fed off attention, feeding through his fame. It's a song, Hailey. It's music, Justin texted. People are overreacting for views. But that night, he finally heard it himself. There, alone in the studio, a whisper beneath his own vocals softly emerged on the track. Just play it again. His breath caught. He tore off the headphones. The monitors flickered, the shadows in the booth suddenly getting darker and darker toward him. He ran out of the room, fled the building, and took out his phone. Hailey, meet me at Erewhon tomorrow, 9 a.m. The next morning, Hailey arrived in person carrying a laptop and an array of old books on music curses. Like I said, the song isn't just a track. It's something else. Some kind of entity, psychic, supernatural, trapped in your voice. Like every time someone listens, it feeds. And the more famous you are, the stronger it gets. Justin laughed nervously, the kind of laugh that doesn't reach the eyes. That's insane. It's a song. People are just obsessed with it. Hailey shook her head. It's not obsession, it's worship. Look at the patterns, disappearances, hallucinations, trance behavior. It's a cult forming around a song you created, and you're the anchor. Justin swallowed hard. Well, who is this cult then? They traced the two major incidents to a small Oregon town. Sheniko, Oregon, once a booming wool capital, is Oregon's most famous living ghost town. But it looks like there was more lurking there. When they arrived in town, not one person was on the streets. Windows of nearby homes glowed faintly with the light of blue on their screens. All right, where is this cult? Where are they? Justin yelled. Come out. Maybe I can trace where Selena's phone was, Hailey said as she fiddled with her laptop while walking. Just then, Justin stops moving and stares darkly in the woods. Justin, check this out. Hey, hello? A whisper entranced Justin's mind. Come to us, Justin. He walks in the woods without hesitation, following the voice's command. Hey, where are you going? Hailey screamed, struggling to catch up. The longer Justin walks, the louder the voice becomes. Soon, it manifests in the wind around them, chanting the same command. Come to us. Come to us, Justin. Wake up! Hailey screams. By the time she catches up to him, he snaps out of his trance. Did you not hear me? I was calling you the whole time. I don't know, Justin said. In front of them was a house that looked like it was going to fall apart at any moment. The wet forest didn't take kindly to it. I think we need to go inside. You heard them, didn't you? They led you here. Justin was confused. How did Hailey know that? How did you... Let's check it out then, Hailey reminded. Creaky steps. There, a small room of fans sat cross-legged, eyes closed, murmuring the lyrics in monotone harmony. They froze when Justin entered. Their gaze was not human. It was reverent, fanatical. Finally, one of them whispered, the word hanging in the air, vibrating in the room like a low hum. Justin felt his own voice echo back at him, distorted, almost alien. Hailey grabbed his arm. I think we're too late. They're under its influence. They've started chanting. They have you now. That's part 1 of Justin's horror story written by AI. Catch part 2 next Wednesday to see if Justin ends up defeating this cult and who Hailey really is. It takes a while to edit these videos, so I had to cut it in 2 parts. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a horrible sleep.